So one of the things you'll remember we enjoyed doing was looking at John's narrative flow and just being amazed by what we saw there. And so we dug deeper into that, particularly in John's opening overture with the help of folk from the Bible Project. And this is what we saw. We noticed how John has this habit of bracketing things or putting things between bookends. And then there are kind of two sections across those first 18 verses, laying out the intent of the word from God, the word as creator, bringing light and life to everyone and everything. And then that witness from John the Baptist to the light. And then how we respond to the light of the word by recognizing him, receiving and believing him. And then on to the purpose of the word made flesh, the word incarnate, bringing grace and truth. Back to some testimony from John the Baptist that he who comes after me will surpass me because he is before me. And then closing with how Jesus responds to us, bringing layers of grace, grace upon grace, all sandwiched between those bookends where at the start we are introduced to the word who was from God at the beginning, but also who was God. And then the final bookend in verse 18, where we meet the Son of God, who wasn't just from God, who hadn't just revealed God, but was God himself. If you want to see how the verses of John's overture, his prologue, divide up into those sections, you might want to pause here and follow the structure. And while we're talking about pausing, you may remember that way back at the beginning of John 1, we followed John's signposting to the book of beginnings, to Genesis, and we note the same structure there. That the 6 days of creation are divided up into two sets of three, days 1, 2, and 3, where space and place are created, and then days 4, 5, and 6, where those spaces are filled with abundance and given purpose, all sandwiched between two bookends, which introduce God as the creator at the beginning, and then talk about God declaring everything very good as he rested on the seventh day. Astonishing.